Okay, just going to have a look at creating scopes in DHCP. So both in server core and the desktop experience. So I'm just going to start off in server core and I'm going to add the scope. So I'm using the add command and it's applying to the DHCP server and we're using IPv4. So I'm going to do add DHCP server v4 and then I'm just going to put in the scope. And then I'm going to give it a name, which I'm going to just specify what he actually is, just to make it easier for myself. I'm going to do a start of the range, which I'm going to start at the beginning. And I'm going to put the end range. And lastly, I'm just going to define the subnet mask, which as it's 24, that's got the first 3 octets filled, which only leaves us with 254 addresses. But so we'll use 255.255.255.0 and I'll press enter. Okay, let's just double check that it's created that. And we can see it's created it and we can see the scope ID. Just to stop it causing confusion with the GUI, I'm just going to remove it again, just to make it easier. So I'll just put in the scope ID, which is up there, so it knows which scope to delete, and just triple check that it's gone. And you can see when I use the get DHCP server v4 scope, it's gone. So I'm just going to get rid of this and get up my GUI. Okay, I've already got DHCP up, but if you haven't, it's just tools, DHCP, or you could search elsewhere. Right, so I'm just going to go to the IPv4, right click and go new scope, and it will ask me next, and I'll put in the same information. So I'm just calling it that. I'm going to put in the same IP end and start addresses, and I'm going to change the subnet mask. And at the moment, I'm not going to put any exclusions or delay. So the least duration, I'm just going to keep to default. And I'm not going to configure the DHCP options. We'll go into those later. So I've created it and I'm just going to activate it just so it's ready. Okay, that's just creating a scope in DHCP.